Hello, everyone. My name is Phil, and I'm one of the customer relations person for ChicagoDealVault. And I would like to welcome you all to today's webinar. So we call it Live Deal Funding. And we are honored today to be joined by two guest speakers. So they are both lenders and members of ChicagoDealVault. We also use them in terms of lending with our properties, including our members' deals. So friends, let me introduce to you Mr. Parish Vaidya, as well as with Ms. Shirley Pollack, who also represents SB Asset Holdings LLC. So we will give at least 25 minutes for each speakers. You can raise your questions within that time as well. So first I'm giving the floor to Mr. Parish.
Oh, hello everyone. How are you? I deal with Hugo many times for private lending, and I have done with the mastery group also. So whenever we have any borrower from our network, we prefer that it's supposed to be from a network and not outsiders, because outsiders we don't know the background and all, because I would like to see what is history, how many deal this person has completed, or how many rental properties he or she owns. Does she has any experience or not? Um, and how many flips they did before, and currently how many properties they hold, you know. Uh, and I would like to know what is the deal, what are the figures and everything, what is I would also like to see what is a person's background, what is from where his main source of income coming. Um, you want me to say anything more on this? If you have a question, I can answer it. Hello? Hello, Phil?
Yes, hello,
Yeah.
Parish. Can you at least perhaps give an example of a deal that you have funded?
Suppose anybody from our network is sending me email or contract or anything with all the documents, because I would like to see all the documents first. I would like to see the calculation of profit, what they have, what is a 3-pager says, what is the calculation of profit, I said, then the current pictures of the property, any comparables available, and how many days in a market, I mean, how many days it takes to sell in a market in that particular area. It is also very important, and that person has a contractor with him or not, because many times contractors are not available, or they are just go away, and borrower gets stuck with the property. So it happened one time. So that is very important that he should have a proper contractor, licensed and bonded. And I
All right.
also go to, okay, I would like to visit a location also, because location is very important in a real estate. I always avoid a high crime area. Um, and I would also like to see the market activity in that particular area. I take pictures of the property. I see the current conditions. I always see that what is their rehab list says, and whether it matches, it verify with the figures with what they put it in a calculation. And I would like to see their what is their carrying cost, what is the interest that they have calculated, what is their buying cost, and what is their selling cost, whether and at the end, how much profit they expect to make on that. If the property is not a profitable, it will not work for anybody then. So funding is very important, and of course, the person should have a good reputation with a proper history. Yes, Phil, what else you want to know?
Right. Thank you for that, Parish. Our members here on the line, do you have questions for Parish? Oh, by the way, Parish, what are the usual documents or requirements you need in case they want to reach out to you?
Uh, See, I need like as I said, I need at least a contract which they have. They are holding it. Then 3-pager, detailed rehab list, then calculation of profit, current pictures of the property, comparables for last 3 to 6 months, and as I said, how long it takes to sell in a market. So that information I need at least. Then we can go from there.
Okay, perfect. So how about do you prefer to land in certain areas or the specific areas that you are interested in
Eh,
landing?
Yeah, as I said, it should not be in a very high crime area. It should be a safe neighborhood at least. There should be a many rentals or many flips must have taken place in that area. So then it will be profitable for a borrowers to do the business over there.
Okay, thank you. Do we have any other questions from our attendees today?
I have a question. Parish, so
Mhm.
when you do landing, do you visit the property?
Yes, I always visit a property, always see the neighborhood and all. I take a pictures for my own reference, you know, and then I compare with all the figures given by borrowers. So yeah, visit is a must. Without visiting, I don't land.
Okay. Do you do you normally land to flip or rental
Or
or
both. I can
both?
do both. Yeah, both.
Okay.
Figure should make a sense, you know. If figure doesn't make a sense, if it's not profitable to borrowers, then there is no point doing it. I
And
would like, yeah.
what are your terms for the loan?
Normal, the terms are like 4 to 6 months with 2 points and 12%.
Okay,
This is a
so
common in this industry.
you do 4 to 6 months,
Four
either
to
one.
six months, yeah.
Okay. How do you charge for extending? If
Depends. Depends how much experience they have and what they want to do. If they want to extend for 1 month, I may charge very small fee, or I may not charge also. Depends.
okay.
Yeah.
Right. Parish, in case our attendees and those who would view this recording would like to reach out to you, how will they be able to contact you? Be able to provide your email or perhaps your phone number?
Yeah, that's sure. You want my phone number? You want me to write, or should I just tell you?
Sure, I can type it in.
Okay, it's 847-373-6527.
Okay, perfect. So everyone, in case you need assistance or if you want lending assistance from Parish, feel free to reach out to his number, which is in the chat today. Parish, do you have anything to add for our members?
As I said, but this all documents, you know, because there are certain documents are to be prepared by attorney, and my attorney prepares that. And fees, a borrower has to pay that fees. There are only 4 or 5 documents needed for this. It's mainly is a mortgage and a secured promissory note, then affidavit of use of a fund, whether you will be using, you cannot use for a residence purpose, and assignment of rent, and there's a power of attorney also I need. So in case anything happens, we can take a control of the property.
All right, perfect. Sam, do you have a question?
Yes. Hi, Paresh. Are you
Hi.
lending the money based on the credit score of the person or on the value of the property?
Credit is, yeah, credit helps because that creates a trust, that this person is a responsible person. But if a figure makes sense that this borrower will able to make money on the property, and if somebody takes a guarantee, then we can lend. Yeah.
Okay, so
I will
the
not lend
credit
to
is
any strangers. Huh?
oh, you cannot lend to a stranger?
Not to strangers, because who gonna take guarantee? If Hugo is taking guarantee, your guarantee, I'll lend it to you.
Oh, really?
But
Okay,
yeah,
that
and I would
that
like to
sounds
know
good.
your background also before I lend it, what you're doing and what experience you have. So I would like to know about that. So that will create a trust. So this
Yeah,
that
of course.
person, yeah.
Yeah, although you take the title on the property, but still you want some kind of guarantee.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, this is a very common because a personal guarantee is required from borrower, and if you are coming from a reference of somebody and they are ready to take your responsibility, then we do that.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Parish. We also have another question in chat. We have
Uh-huh.
Chanda. She asked, what about down payment requirements? Loan to value or after repair value? Is it 100% of rehab?
We can pay everything. Depends. As I said, the figures make sense, we can pay all. And sometime if you are new, then of course we want you to pay at least 20% down, and remaining we can pay.
Okay, sounds good. Um, okay, so I believe we don't have any other questions for Parish. Thank you so much, Parish, for sharing your ideas as well as with how we are going to contact you, how you're able to help our attendees on the line. And let's proceed. Shirley, can we hear from you?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Yes,
Yes.
we can hear you perfectly fine.
Okay. I'm also a private money lender. I'm also a real estate investor as well. I do have some rentals, and I also do the private lending. So I started about a year ago, started private lending. So the reason, like if you are in real estate, right? So normally you would want to, at a certain point, right, you would want to borrow money for your deal. The reason is if you use your own money, right, it's only limited how many deal you can do. So by, have borrowing from either private lender or some other lenders, so that's just enable you to do much faster. So I have helped some borrower just really to grow their business. So I'm very happy to be part of that growth for my borrower. So private lender, so mostly it's a little different from this big mortgage company, right? It's kind of all relationship based. So when so the borrower, we know each other, you build that relationship. So I understand, which area they work, what's their experience. So and for the experienced person, for the people I have done deal before, then when they have new deal come in, it's much easier. It's much easier for me to prove their loan. And also with private lender, it's very flexible. It's normally you don't have this red tape. It doesn't take that long. It's much faster. Like in my deal, I can close in 3 days. So much faster, right? So because like some of my borrower, they get the deal, the seller won't have them quick close, and then so I can do that. So that's very important to them. Another point is the fee. Actually, the fee comparing with the regular mortgage, normally the fee is much lower. So so that's also a bonus there. As to the requirements, say what are the requirements for the loan? The first requirement is we want to make sure this lending is we will be in the first lien position. Like I have people reach out to me and they said, oh, I already secured most of the loan for this property I'm buying, and I just need like 20% for the down payment. Can you do the down payment? So in that case, I will not be in the first lien position because you already got the lender. The other lender will be the first lien position. Then in that case, I will not pick up those deals. So I only do if it's the first lien position, right? I'm the only lender in that case. And we do cover the purchase cost and rehab. So for the deal, like I prove, I do cover purchase and rehab. So that's all, it's all taken care of, right? That's also a bonus there. Other requirements is, regarding the deals. First, we want to vet the deal, make sure the deal makes sense. We want to look at the ARV, right, after repair value, see if that's the reasonable. So that's some information that borrower will need to provide, what's the ARV, and then based on the market analysis, right, they provide that information. And we do our own independent evaluation also. We go to Zillow, Redfin, look at the property sold near there in the recently and see if we agree with the ARV. And then we also ask them to provide the scope of work, right? What work do you need to do, and what's the estimate of the work, right? So a lot of this, normally, especially for the inexperienced, like a new rehabber, it's good they have this number from their contractor, then it's more solid, right? So then we also like to know the experience of the rehabber, because of course, the more you do, right, the more experience you have. So you learn from mistake. So the experience is important. Of course, we also learn to new investor as well, as long as the deal makes sense, right? And then they have some help. They know, like from cash flow, inner circle, etc., mastery. Then they can get help from there. We also like to see that borrower has some reserve, because things could go wrong, the scope could increase, and village could ask you to do more work, to burn code, etc. So you always want to have some reserve so you can cover that. So those are like important. And then, yeah, basically based on this information, we make decision very quickly, normally within just a day. For the experienced one, basically, yeah, just within a day, couple of hours, I normally just tell them, okay, I'm okay with the deal, even though they tell me the basic number. First, the location, normally I said I will be okay, and then they can send me the paperwork later. So just like, as I mentioned, yeah, the relationship is very important. Then we also want to make sure regarding the paperwork stuff, right? We want to make sure the title insurance, but that's work with the title company, make sure they provide the clear title, right, with insurance provided to the lender. And also we want to make sure the borrower has a hazard insurance, right? If it's vacant house, you want to make sure you have the vacant insurance, right? So the insurance company will cover that. And then regarding the term, yeah, normally it's 2 points. I also just, my term is typically normally 2 points, 12%, 4 to 6 months. So pretty typical in this area for this private lender. That's pretty much I like to cover. If you have any question, feel free to bring it up.
Yes, I have a question. What's the difference between you as a private lender and as with you as a private lender as opposed to a hard money lender?
Okay, yeah, private lender normally like individuals, right? Like me. And so hard money lender, they are normally some institute, like hedge fund owned. They are normally more strict in terms of requirements. So their times approval would take longer. And also they may not, normally hard money lender, they don't give you the total purchase price plus rehab. They will ask you to put some down payment. So it's more hard money lender, it's just you have more hoop you need to jump through.
Okay, so you guys, so pretty much a hard money lender, you got hard money lender are stricter than you guys. You guys pretty much have your, should I say, more freedom, so to speak, than a hard money lender.
Yeah, we are more flexible. We are faster. We can close much faster than hard money lender. Hard money lender always require down payment. Like we normally private lender, mostly they don't require down pay. So hard money lender will require you to put some money for your deal. They will ask you to put some money. They want to see some skin in the game.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hi, Shirley. This is Sam.
Hey, Sam.
Hard money lender normally they charge higher interest, I believe, and they want more skin in the game, right?
Yeah, interest-wise, it's each place is different. Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't used hard money money, but definitely they normally require you to put down payment. They don't give you upfront, the purchase price plus rehab. And even even though they give you like say 80%, normally what they do is they don't give you all the money upfront. They will ask you to finish some work first, right? And then then you can draw the money. So you may like say choose to do some work, and then significant amount, then they can give you some more money. So they will give you some upfront, but then they don't give you the whole, even for the amount, say 80% they approved, right? You put down, say 20%. They don't give you the whole 80% upfront. They give you part of it, and then they will ask, after you finish some work, then they give you more.
Yeah, normally they give you in 4 payments. You're right.
Right.
Good. I'm sending some property to you. Hopefully you get it.
All right.
Thank you.
Shirley, we also have a question in chat.
Can you explain your points again and your percent charged, please?
Yes, my points is 2%, which means is at the closing, you will pay 2% of the loan amount as origination fee. So for example, the loan is 100K, and then at closing you will pay 2,000, and then afterwards the annual rate is 12%, which is calculated as 1% each month. So in the example of a 100K loan, Then at closing you pay 2,000, and then after 1 month, like say you close today at September 29, and then October 29, you pay 1,000, and then November 29, you pay 1,000 interest. So just 1% as like 1% interest for each month.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I did see the question from the chat as well. So the question is, do you lend for wholesale deal? Well, in the case of wholesale deal, right, if you are the wholesaler, then I don't lend to the wholesaler because you don't really, right, hold the property, right? So, but if you are the buyer, if you are buying, you are the buyer of the wholesale deal, yes, I do lend to you because the buyer is the one that will hold that property, right? So therefore, yeah, I do lend to the buyer of the wholesale deal. Because the property is the security, right? It's used to secure the loan. Therefore, we need a property on your side to give you the loan.
Are you able to convert a construction loan or et cetera to a regular commercial loan for a rental after the property is completed? Say we use you as our money lender. Can you convert it to a 30-year loan for a rehab or for a rental?
No, actually, for me, as private lender, and most of private lender, their loan is short term, right? So because if you want to do 30 years loan, you probably want to have lower interest rate, right? So in that case, you probably want to go to the regular lender.
Yeah, I've heard some of hard money lenders nowadays that are actually doing the conversion to a long-term loan for a rental.
Yeah, I think so. Some of them do. Yeah.
All right, thanks. That was my only question.
Okay, you're welcome.
So Shirley, if I borrowed 100,000 from you and keep it for 4 months, so I'm just paying interest on 4 months, but the 2,000 origination will be the same, right?
Correct. Yeah. If you borrow for 4 months, right, the 2,000 origination is the same, and then you pay 1,000 each month. Yeah. Then you just pay the 4 months interest plus the origination fee.
That sounds good. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. So, yeah. So basically, the private lending just help to enable you to be able to do more deal. So you can grow your rental portfolio or your flip. You can do it faster. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I have enjoyed being a private lender because I feel I'm really helping the borrower grow in their business, and they are very happy, right? With that, enable them to do more deals. So it's really a win-win situation.
Thank you, Shirley. I believe Chanda has a question in chat. She said, do you need reserves?
Yes, we do like to ask borrower, if they have reserve, we do like to see them have some reserve, just because in the real world, right, the rehab often does, sometimes the scope can change, things come up, right, surprise can come up. So we do like to borrower have some reserve so they can weather a little bit change. I think that's just safer for the borrower and for the private money lender as well.
Okay. Do you also personally visit to the property that you're lending?
I have not, just because I've been so busy, it's kind of hard. But I do ask for the picture of the property, and I know it's really best practice to visit. But I feel the people like I have been lending to, I have, because the personal relationship, and also most of them, they have some experience already. So therefore, I have not been to every deal. So, but so far it has been working out. But yeah, although it's not the best practice, actually, I have to say.
Right. Yeah, thank you so much. For the rest of you, we have any other questions? By the way, Shirley, in terms of lending, do you limit your lending to Mastery or to CASHFLOW Inner Circle members, or how is that?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, so I prefer lend to Mastery and also Hugo's, Chicago DealVault CASHFLOW Inner Circle or Wholesale Inner Circle. The reason is they have the experience, right? So they learn from, from the CASHFLOW Inner Circle. They have support system, right? They have other people can support them if they run into issues. So and also, yeah, Hugo make sure, right, they do their due diligence, inspection, etc. So especially for the new rehabber. So that's, to me, that's very valuable. So that's why I prefer to lend to, to these two group. But I'm open to lend to people outside if they have the experience, right? For people if I lend to the outside, then I do want to see the experience. I want to see they have enough reserve and they have a reasonable credit score. So just the criteria and the checking is more.
Thank you. I believe Marie has a question. Marie?
I was going to ask if, what type of, well, how do you establish a relationship with you if you don't have a deal? I can't just call you up and say, is this a good deal or is this a deal that you want to fund? So how would you recommend getting to know you a little bit? Just calling you or emailing you, or?
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, you calling me.
Okay.
I like to, talk to people, help people. So so I'm okay. So normally, yeah, actually a lot of time it's good ideas to introduce yourself to a private money lender if you feel like you like to work with them. And but it's first you want to do your homework also, right? You want to actually gain some experience, right? You you want to do rental flip. What's your area? What's your strategies, right? So you won't have those lined up, no. And then, right, then you can talk to the private money lender. So you can introduce yourself so they know you a little bit before. So when you have a deal, normally it's faster. You could also talk through some information early. Like I have a borrower, he has good credit score, good income. So he reached out to me because he heard from other friend, who borrowed from me, and he reached out to me. And then because he's outside, I like to know some more information. So he did provide me those information, and afterwards I feel more comfortable when he has a deal. So so that does work. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I also see a question from Chanda in the chat. Says, is there a personal guarantee? Yes, we do require a personal guarantee. So the loan paperwork, right? Those are prepared by attorney, their assistant, etc. So they do state that if it's LLC, right, you will need to personally, if you borrow it under LLC, you will need to personally guarantee it. But if you, of course, if you borrow under your own name, you also personal guarantee that. That's in the documents as well. So yes, you do need to personally guarantee it, even if you are borrowing it under LLC. And we also require, this is for this lending, this loan is for business purpose only. That's not something you actually do it on your personal residence, right? So it's business, not personal residence.
Shirley, I'm not familiar with the loan limit for the mastery or for the DealVault. Is it 200,000, 300,000 maximum? How much is it?
So it's really each lender is different. It depends on each lender, what's their criteria, what's their risk tolerance, and what's their lending practice. So it's really varies lender by lender. But I can tell you, so most of my loans are under 200. I do have some over 200K, but it's small. Most of my loan is between 100K to like say 180K. So that's very typical one that I land on.
Good, as long as the collateral is there and the property is behind it, you're comfortable with that.
Right. But I would be cautious when it's go over 200K. Then I want to make sure the person really experienced because,
Of course.
right, that's big stake, right? So if the person not experienced, that's all hard. Besides, when your purchase price per rehab is that high already, right? So so you want to make sure you understand the market because that's a lot of money you are actually
Of course. Yeah, you're right, 100%.
Right.
Thank you, Shirley.
You're welcome.
Yeah, meeting channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we have a question in chat.
Yeah. So the question is, what's used as collateral usually? The collateral is the property, right? So you are you have a property, you are purchasing a property, a house, right? That's why you are borrowing. So that's the security, that's the collateral. That's, as I mentioned earlier, like for me, I only lend on the first lien position. So if you already say have a mortgage, have a loan on that, if you're asking for like additional loan as a second lender, then in that case, that's not under my, I will not do that though. So that's not part of my loan because I will require the first lien position. The first lien position is the property is the collateral and I'm at the first lien position. Correct. Yeah. So basically, right, the question is basically the contract for the property. Correct. So when you purchase the property, right,
Yeah,
once you own the property, right, that's the property will be the collateral, basically the security used for the loan.
नाम जो है वो कर लीजिए.
All right. Yeah, thank you so much, Adrian. Do we have questions for Shirley? I'd like to share Shirley's contact details. She's actually in chat. I will copy and paste it in case you need to reach out to Shirley. Any other questions that you would like to raise up? If not, Shirley, what's your advice as an investor and a lender to our attendees?
As an investor, well, it is a lot to learn. It's something, you know, also you practice, you will get better. So just if that's your passion, you just keep working on it and you will get better, you will get more experience. Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier also, private lender will be able to help you to, you know, grow your business. If you use your own money, right, you are very limited in how many you can do. So with private lender, you can close deal much faster, right? It will help you to do more deal and grow faster your business.
All right, perfect. So any other questions, perhaps? If you don't have questions, I would like to, George.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I didn't hear this. I was in and out. Will you fund the whole deal, or are you looking for like 10% equity coming from the person? Let's say if I found a deal and it's, let's say, under 200,000. Let's say I found a deal for a house for 160 and needs $20,000 in remodeling. Would you fund the deal even though it's your first? Let's say it's my first deal to go through a private money lender like you. Would you fund something like this, or are you looking for me to come in with, let's say, 10% down on the deal?
So yeah, so we do. I do normally fund the whole purchase price plus the rehab cost. That's what I normally do. But for like a rehabber, like they have not done any deal, so it's nice. I would prefer they have some like support system, right? For example, Hugo's ChicagoDealVault, they have this inner circle support system. So you can learn and you can also get support if you have questions, you stuck somewhere. So that's just make me more comfortable, if you are like in the ChicagoDealVault cash flow inner circle, or you are in the mastery. So if you're not in some of those group, for the big loan like that, I probably would be more strict, so we have to check into more, and we may ask for some down payment, in those cases. But for mastery to cash flow inner circle, I normally don't require down payment. I normally fund the purchase price plus the rehab.
Thank you. I will be reaching out to you then.
Okay, so that's fine. Yeah, whatever, however it works out, right, for you. So.
All right, so sounds good. Thank you so much for Shirley for answering the questions. Thank you so much for both of you, Parrish and Shirley, for sharing both of your ideas, information you have provided today to our attendees. I'm sure our attendees now have a lot of ideas and courage to reach out to private lenders, what they need to do, what they needed to have for them to be able to get lending assistance from both of you. I'm also honored that you were able to help us with today's webinar. So everyone, in case you need assistance with both lenders, you can reach out to them. Their contact details is in the chat. We provided them to you. Also, allow me to share to you that we are giving, for those who don't have access to ChicagoDealVault, we are giving you 30 days free trial, and the link is being provided in chat. So let me share to you a bit about how the system works for ChicagoDealVault. So here is how the system works for you. So this is how the portal looks like. If you don't have access, we're giving you a 30-day free trial. Click on the link and you'll be able to avail of the 30-day free trial. This is how the portal looks like. You will have access to MLS properties, off-market properties will be categorized here. Also, you'll be given access to a list of private lenders aside from Parrish and Surely we have list of cash buyers. We do have list of shadow inventory properties that we get directly from the bank. So these are the current list that we have. So every week we are receiving leads directly from the bank. And the best thing about that one is once you are interested with one of these properties, you will be able to reach out directly from the back door to our partners for you to be able to negotiate on the price and all that information you need. This is how the property looks like when you have access to ChicagoDealVault. You will be able to see the case information. We do skip tracings. You'll be able to reach out to the owners to directly reach out to them and call them instead of sending them letters and mails and wait for weeks or days to get a response. Then why not call them? You do have access to the comps. You'll be able to do your analysis, make use of the rental calculator, flip calculator to know how much you'll be able to spend for doing flips. The best thing is you'd be able to generate a report. So once you have a report, all you need to do is just to click the generate report button. We will generate a report that you can send to lenders for them to review if you need funding requests. So that's how easy you are able to generate your report through the system platform of Chicago DealVault. Aside from that, we would like to invite you to attend our exclusive meeting for the inner circles. We have CASHFLOW inner circle and Wholesale inner circle. As what Shirley mentioned a while back, she's actually one of the members of CASHFLOW inner circle and helps in funding. So as what you mentioned, you will have direct support from the members, from the mentors of CASHFLOW inner circle. So you will have a bigger chance of funding your deals. So again, everyone, I would like to thank you for joining tonight's webinar. Shirley and Parrish, thank you so much for today. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening, everyone. Have a good night.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Shirley. Thank you, Parrish. Bye-bye. Thank you, everyone, for joining tonight.